It's that time again to catch up with Ben Aylett and have a chat about technology. BenAylett.com is a website. Hey, I have not seen you in a shirt like that in a long time. We are pink Hawaiian tonight.
That's right. Lowe's have got a new range of shirts out, and I was walking by yesterday, and occupational hazard, I'm afraid. I walk past, I see a nice, loud new shirt at Lowe's, and I go and grab it.
You'd have to be St. Benjamin by now, wouldn't you, with Lowe's? I mean, mate, if you ever stop buying those shirts, Lowe's shares are going to go down 15 cents.
I think they might feel it, yeah. There's a good chance. The wife will agree anyway.
Well, actually, they're good. I like it. They suit you.
Yeah.
We've just got to find you the necessary fashionable combi.
Electric combi, thanks.
Well,
yeah.
See, that's it. And for a techie bloke like you, it's also trendy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll be 100% into that. Give me that. That'd be great.
Now, by the way, while we're talking about stuff from Christmas and what have you, Mark, our friend from Telstra.
Oh, yes.
Telstra TV have been doing a little bit of compiling for us.
Yeah.
And with Christmas movies and what have you, we'll leave that one till last, but I'm pretty excited about the one that's come up as a #1 Christmas movie.
Yep.
Reason being, if you'd asked me for mine, that would have been #1 on my hit parade.
Yes. All right. So, look, do we want to go through the list?
Yeah.
We'll start at 10?
Do it from 10.
Okay. So, number 10, we've got A Christmas Carol. Absolute classic.
Yep.
Number 9, The Polar Express. That's actually really fantastically animated. I mean, it sort of falls into Uncanny Valley a little bit, but it was, in my opinion, pretty groundbreaking with the animation they did.
Yep.
Gremlins. Now, I'm surprised to see this in because
it's fun.
It's fun.
It's just fun.
It's fun, but
nobody gets offended.
But as far as special effects and everything goes, and the creature effects, it kind of dates. But hey, look, it's still fun.
What is one of the most dated thing as far as effects go you've ever seen, but it still works?
Yeah.
Doctor Who. So Gremlins, that's going to slip nicely in.
Yeah, okay. And, of course, the ultimate Christmas movie, which I believe should have been at #1.
Yeah.
Die Hard.
Now, are we talking about the one where Hans Gruber gets to go for a swan dive off Nakatomi Plaza, or are we talking about the airport one?
No, we're talking about the original.
The original?
Where Hans
Nakatomi Plaza.
Nakatomi Plaza, where Hans Gruber, a.k.a. Severus Snape, gets kicked off a building.
Yep.
Yeah, and yes, that's when you know it's Christmas, when you watch Die Hard. Then
that's
you go.
Right. And where the LAPD's armoured vehicle gets attacked with a bazooka.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, all of
classic scene.
There was something class. It was a hell of a way to say Merry Christmas, but there was just something about that movie.
Yeah, that's right. We've also got coming in at number 6, the Santa Claus. So that's the one with Tim Allen.
Yeah, that's where he turns into Father
Santa.
Christmas and gets the big belly and the whole bit. Yep.
Yeah. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
That's fun.
Always
that's
good.
That's just fun.
Always good. Then we've got Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I think that's the one with Jim Carrey as the Grinch. And I think he does the role a bit of justice, which is great.
So do we have sort of any flows like, I don't like green eggs and ham, I don't like them, Sam, I am, anything like that in there?
Not in there, because that's the Grinch. That's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. But there's lots of
I don't believe I've ever seen that one.
Check it out. It's worth a look. And then we've got Elf. That's the one with Will Ferrell.
Right. Yeah. I got you. Yep. I had to think about that one, but I'm with you on that one. Yep.
Yeah, he completely dials that up to 11 and very entertaining. And then Love Actually is number 2.
Yeah.
Not my speed.
I was going to say maybe one for Bernadette and Helen.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And then at number 1, this really shouldn't come as any surprise. It's Home Alone.
It is. And everyone likes Home Alone. Why? Because he's so good at giving the bad guys a hard time.
Incredibly violent.
But the thing is, you actually end up feeling sorry for the bad guys. Because when you look at it, they're actually bad guys. They're really not good at being bad guys.
Exactly. They're not that good at being bad, yeah.
You could call them incompetent.
Yes.
Isn't it funny that you have to love that stuff?
Yeah, well, it's classic slapstick and incredibly violent, and we think, the bad guys deserve it. Oh, probably not that much. But it's a great movie.
Oh, it is. And it's fun. And the other thing is you can watch it with anyone. You know, it doesn't require, like, for example, Die Hard.
Yes.
I could watch Die Hard 10 times over.
Yeah.
Bernadette would be saying, you know the script, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. like a rabbit in the spotlight. Let's watch Die Hard.
Yeah. Speaking of Christmas movies, there was a Christmas special that I tried to watch a couple of days ago and I just could not manage it. That was the Star Wars Christmas special.
How does that work? I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my head around. I can't get my head around the concept, much less watch the show.
It wasn't a movie. It was a horrible spin-off of the movie, and they grabbed a few characters, threw them into like a Christmas-ish kind of setting, and introduced a few new characters. The special effects were atrocious, and it was just it was very typical of the time. Yeah. And this is when Mark Hamill had just done Corvette Summer, so he was super tan. So instead of the pasty white Luke Skywalker, he was some tanned California dude wearing a robe. It was. Look, if you want to give it a go, but don't say I didn't warn you. You're not going to make more than 5-10 minutes.
Really?
It's atrocious. It is really.
It is really that bad. You're saying 5 or 10 minutes and you're out.
As soon as you get to Chewbacca's family, it's going to get real weird.
Oh.
But give it a shot. If you must, if you're running out of things to do.
Ben, if you're trying to convince us to do anything, you've definitely convinced us not to bother. Hi, Des.
Hi. I got a friend to come to a movie with me a couple of weeks ago because I thought this will be a bit of a chicks movie. I don't want to be in the thing all by myself.
Uh-huh.
It was that thing called Last Christmas. It's a nice movie.
Okay.
Last Christmas.
Christmas. All right.
It's just called Last Christmas, yeah.
Huh. Oh, well, I might check that out, and hopefully the listeners will be Googling Last Christmas right away, and hopefully not getting the George Michael song.
When you still there?
Yes.
Yeah. When the gentleman was on before, the gentleman with the disability, there's a movie I saw years ago, and it's called River Dads. It's not the Irishman fritting their feet all over the place. It's just called River Dads.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was really good.
Mm.
About people with disabilities, because I have a son who's in a wheelchair, so that's fine.
Yep.
But yeah, River Dads. It's a cool movie about people who are pushing around in chairs.
Beautiful.
But the other one, Last Christmas, I'm glad I went with my female friend because I did have a little tear in the eye at the end of it.
You're a smart man, Des. That's all I can say.
When you want to update your home's air conditioning, you'll want air that's not only stylish, you'll want air that's quiet, powerful, and designed to operate cleaner for longer with our unique dual barrier coating, and air that saves up to 47% in energy compared with similar older models. So ask yourself, isn't it time you updated your home air conditioner? Mitsubishi Electric. Works for me. 47% energy savings is comparing the Mitsubishi Electric MSH RV SV25 to MSZ AP25.
Black Friday was a big day for online sales, and it was pretty popular for online crime too. When you're shopping online, your first purchase should be new Norton 360. Norton 360 offers all-in-one protection backed by a 60-day money-back guarantee plus 100% virus protection promise. And here's a way to get ahead of the crowd. Right now, Norton 360 starts from just $59.99 for the first year. You could save up to $70, terms apply. With cyber threats constantly evolving, you need the protection of new Norton 360. The special Black Friday price, starting at $59.99 for the first year, ends December 6. So now is the time to buy new Norton 360. Go to aunorton.com.
So, you've made your way through all the trucking choices and finally settled on the right truck for your trucking needs. Now what? Ah yes, servicing. 1-800-199-517. Truck Centre WA goes the extra mile, servicing all makes of trucks, competitive service pricing, factory trained mechanics, and best of all, no waiting times. Plus, receive 2 years Mack UD and Volvo fitted parts warranty. You can't go wrong. 1-800-199-517. Truck Centre WA.
Give yourself the gift of sound this holiday season, like the sound of unwrapping presents or the sound of sizzling barbecues. Book your free hearing check with Hearing Australia today. Conditions apply under the Australian Government Hearing Services Program.
I remember I'd play for hours. Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Galaga, Galaga, 1942. I was a legend down at the local deli.
Why reminisce about the good old days when you can relive them with your very own arcade machine from Perth Arcade Machines? 2-player sit-down and stand-up machines loaded with all the classic games from just $119. A perfect Christmas gift for the kids, your games room or man cave. Google Perth Arcade Machines.
Until midnight, this is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley on 882 6PR.
Ben Aylett, our tech man, at benaylett.com, by the way, his website. That's where you also find his contact information.
That's right.
Ben, apparently this last Christmas has Amelia Clark and Henry Golding in it. And according to Kira, her words, quote, end quote, looks adorable.
Oh. Where are my dragons? No, different movie.
Must be. Hi,
yes.
Faye.
Hi, Ben, sorry, Chris and Ben. Yes.
Okay. Yes.
I saw last Christmas. It's not what you think it is, and I just didn't see 2 or 3 things coming, and it's for males and females.
Oh, okay, great.
Now,
Yes,
I have to ask this question. I know it's going to sound silly, but I'm going to ask anyway.
No.
No George Michael song in there, is there?
Sorry, I wouldn't know a George Michael song.
Last Christmas. Hang on. Where is it?
Oh, yes, I gave you my...
Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
I think it is in there.
Okay.
Of course it is.
Anyhow, and another one is After the Wedding, a must-to-see.
All right.
Is the storyline you could never imagine. It happened to anybody, but just out of the blue.
Right.
After the wedding.
After the wedding.
Okay.
All righty.
Thank you very much for that, Faye. Have a great Christmas too. Wow. There's a couple for you. See, now we do that with our tech. How does this link into technology? Well, we just download all this stuff. You want to watch something?
Yes.
Yeah. And how many vehicles have we got to do it? What, we got Netflix, Stan, Foxtel.
Yep.
What else have we got?
Telstra box office.
Telstra box office.
Yes.
Yeah. Disney.
Yep. Oh, Disney Plus. Yes.
Oh, blimey. There's so many different ways we could do it now.
Did you say Amazon Prime Video as well?
No, but now you have.
That's right. Yeah. And there you go.
You just load it all up and off you go.
Exactly right.
By the way, while we talk about that, those Telstra TV things that we have,
Oh, yeah.
they've sold 1.6 million of those. Did you know that?
No surprise, really. They're pretty good.
They're very, very and we got everything on there. It works a charm. That's one thing that never gives us problem. I mean, you know, my NBN, well, that's another debate, but the I must say the Telstra box and everything and all the gadgets and apps and everything you have on it works tickety-boo. And it's good because it puts everything under the one roof, so to speak. It's really simple to use.
Yeah, so that's some other stuff that Telstra sent us. So that's 1.6 million devices this financial year so far. So that's pretty impressive. Also, their other best-selling device at the moment
Let me guess. Can I put my hand up?
Absolutely, go for it.
Yep. I'm in the corner there. At least my name's not Little Johnny, otherwise things could turn really ugly. I'm going iPhone 11.
You get an A. That's right. So the iPhone 11 and the 11 Pro, that is one of the best sellers at the moment.
Is that because it's relatively new? It's kind of stuff, I know somebody who'd like to upgrade their phone. Let's get them a new iPhone.
Yeah, so it's almost the go-to. So smartphone, iPhone. It's like the thermos.
Yep.
Well, the Kleenex. That's going well. And also because of the cameras. The cameras are a lot of fun. So my daughter's got the iPhone 11.
Do you know what I saw the other day? It'll come as a real surprise to you.
Mm-hmm.
I saw somebody using a fully blown camera.
Yes. They're coming back.
And it was one of those moments I did a retake and I thought, is that a camera? I mean, granted, it was digital. It was a digital camera.
Yes.
But it was still a conventional camera. And I had a brief conversation with this lady and I said, you're using a real camera. And she could see that I was kind of surprised about that. And she looked at me and she said, I'm a serious photographer.
There you go.
And these are what serious photographers use.
Exactly.
Ordinary people take snaps. She told me that a smartphone is merely the Instamatic of the 21st century.
She's bang on too. So I've actually got a friend who does serious photography, serious landscape photography. He's got a YouTube channel and he spends money on cameras like you wouldn't believe.
Yep.
But he also whips out the iPhone now and then for the occasional shot, from the hip, so to speak. So look, if anyone's interested, check out Andrew Marr. That's Andrew and MARR.
Yeah.
And you'll be quite impressed with some of the stuff that he does. He's a local boy.
Yep.
And he explains how to get good landscape shots.
These, I'm going to call them professional cameras because I can't think of any other way to describe them.
Prosumer.
What sort of pixel rates are we talking about? Because one thing she said was the quality of photographs is far superior to anything you get from a phone. And I'm thinking about the phone cameras, and we're hearing terms like megapixels and all that. And I'm thinking you can get pretty good photographs from a camera.
Yeah, you can. So the phones stand on their own pretty well, and we're talking 12 megapixel sensors, but the sensors themselves aren't very big. So because it's a smaller sensor, they do struggle with... Yeah, so there we go. Penny's dropping. With the cameras, they can actually dedicate a fair bit of space to a good-sized sensor, and now we're starting to talk about around 20 megapixels, but it's also a large sensor which can capture a lot more light, and that's only part of the equation. Any good photographer knows it's a lot to do with the glass in front of the sensor.
Funny thing was, when I saw this camera, I thought, wow, Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't that at all.
No, there's some really good ones out there. So if you're interested, or you were interested in photography, and you used to have the old 35mm, the old Canon with the manual wind-on thing, or even one of the earlier digital cameras, start having a look around at the cameras that are going out and about now, and you'll see there are now mirrorless cameras. So it's no longer the SLR camera. They're mirrorless, and there's also another class of digital camera called the full-frame camera, which is an even bigger sensor.
Love it. Love it. G'day, Bruce.
G'day, guys. Ben, Mr. Ilsley, how are you?
Doing fine,
well.
Thank you.
That's good. I've got this little problem with my Samsung TV.
I see.
Every time I turn it on, doesn't matter if I turn the TV on first or the Foxtel box on first, I get no volume. I have to select another source input on the TV and then go back into the Foxtel selection, which is cable on the screen, before I can get any volume. Now, I've spoken to Samsung and they said, your HDMI cable's not good enough. You have to go and buy a U-Butte one. So I did that before I departed. I'm just back for a week from work.
Right.
And the owner, breeder and trainer is pulling a hair out and about to leave me on the front lawn. So any ideas?
We have to save this
any
man,
ideas
Ben.
at all?
Oh, my goodness.
Now, you mentioned something, before we go any further, non-technical stuff here.
Yeah.
You mentioned something, Bruce, about the Foxtel box. I'll tell you what I've found with the Foxtel box.
Righto.
On the Foxtel remote, what kind of Foxtel box you got?
Oh, I think it's the third generation.
IQ3, may God have mercy on your soul. Trust me, I've endured one of those things, mate. They are the spawn of the devil. Anyway, putting all of that to one side, on your Foxtel remote, there is a volume control.
There is
make sure the volume control on the Foxtel is flat out, and then you set the volume on the TV. That's the first place. Okay, so that's all done. Okay, now, Ben, fix this problem.
All right. Okay, no pressure. And you've replaced the HDMI cable.
Yes.
All righty.
It's made no difference.
And
made no difference.
And we're using the speakers inside the TV?
We are, yes.
We are, okay.
I know it's dull stuff. I should have one of these speaker boxes, but no, we haven't.
No. The sound less stuff to go wrong.
The sound bars are actually quite good. They're really, really good. And we're still sort of got the tail end of the Black Friday, Cyber Monday deals happening at the moment. So
I still reckon a pair of JBL 4419s are much better.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. But if you want to get a bit of a little more oomph than what the TV speakers can push out, even though some of them are pretty good, a sound bar really is the way to go. They've got some really good quality out there.
But in the meantime, this bloke's liable to be found on his front lawn, mate. You've got to do something.
In the meantime, okay. You could also try the optical audio out from the Foxtel box.
Optical audio out.
Yeah.
Righto.
So if you have a look at the back of it, you'll notice that there's like a small square socket with a cover over it. And that cover, if you just touch it with your pinky or something, you'll see that cover. It'll actually fold into the device. And same thing on the TV. You can get an optical audio, like a little fibre optic cable. You get an optical audio cable, and you can plug that in. It usually auto detects that, and you can say from now on, Mr. Foxtel box, you're pushing the audio out over the optical and then the TV should pick up that signal straight away and start playing it. It's just another thing we can try. Since you've been through the Samsung support ringer, I'd say you've pretty much covered that, so that the TV does actually put the audio out. It's really all down to the configuration now.
Yeah, I still think it's a TV problem, but look, I'll give that a go, and if that fails, well, I'll buy a new TV before I get disinherited from the will.
Try the soundbar first. Give that a go.
No, I haven't got enough time.
Thanks very much for that, and have a safe trip back to work.
Merry Christmas, mate.
And likewise, Bruce, thank you very much for that. 922 11882 is our number. By the way, the Forestdale fire has been downgraded to advice level. Reminder though, Forestdale Primary School is going to be closed tomorrow. So if you have children or grandchildren who attend Forestdale Primary School, a reminder, it will be closed tomorrow.
Hello there, it's Simon Beaumont. The Jets have a gig coming up soon, so Jets frontman Deanie will be back in tomorrow.
Were you at one stage the loudest band in Australia?
Probably still are. Yeah, it's got to be loud. Okay. No talking when we're on.
That's it, no talking.
Looking forward to that. Also, our Wednesday regular advice from Jason Featherby on your spondoolies and Dr. Ross Walker on your bag of bones.
Spend your afternoon with Simon Beaumont tomorrow from midday on 882 6PR. Or catch up now at 6pr.com.au.
If you're a fan of the World Game, join me, Rob Gilbert, with Michael Edgley for Box to Box.
Oh, what a goal!
From 2 till 4 p.m. every Friday on Macquarie Digital Radio NTS, or later by podcast on radionts.com.au. It's your weekly guide taking you closer to the action with behind-the-scenes news from the domestic and international game, plus in-depth analysis from a who's who of players, coaches and journalists.
Box to Box for Chemist Warehouse.
Home of real brands and real savings.
And Storage King.
The kings of storage, moving and more.
Get cashed up when you clean up at Metal West Recycling. It's time to scrap all that metal that's just sitting in your workshops making the place look untidy. You know the stuff: aluminium, copper, brass, lead, stainless. The old car at the back of the shed. The one you swear you're going to fix up, but we all know you won't. It's all worth cash in the hand at Metal West Recycling. Heck, if it's a big enough load, they'll even come and pick it up. Conditions apply. Head online to metalwestrecycling.com.au.
Hi, I'm Matthew Paplich. Kia's open season is on now.
With the value-packed Serato Sport Hatch, with AEB safety, reverse camera, 17-inch alloys and smartphone connectivity from a match-winning 22,490 drive away.
All Kias come with Australia's best 7-year warranty.
With value like this, no wonder Serato is Kia's most popular car. Kia, major partner of the Australian Open. Offer ends December 31. Warranty terms at kia.com.au.
Meet Alexa.
Hello.
Alexa's a super smart voice assistant, and as Christmas is just around the corner, who better to ask for help? Alexa, is there a Santa?
Santa makes a lot of people hopeful for a happy holiday, and I definitely believe in that.
Me too. Alexa, what makes the perfect last-minute gift?
No matter the gift that you give, it's the thought that counts.
You can pick her up with the Echo Dot from Amazon.com.au and JB Hi-Fi. Wi-Fi required.
For radio lovers, it all adds up. You make us laugh. You make us sing. Connect us all to everything. There so we can have our say. There when our team goes all the way. There to make it a better day. It all adds up. Now there's even more for us. Extra stations, in fact 20 plus. All our favourites will still be found, but the difference now is digital sound. Free from fuss and free for us. There's more radio to love on DAB+.
This is Perth Tonight with Chris Ilsley on 882 6PR.
I wonder if we went to Belarus. By the way, it's Ben Aylett. BenAylett.com. 1 L, 2 T's in Aylett.
That's right.
Is his website. Last drinks if you'd like to have a chat to him. 922 11882.
Yes.
You've heard of Bond, James Bond.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're about to meet somebody else. His name is Breach. data breach.
That's right. So this is something that's just come across my desk in the last few days. There has been yet another big data breach. Actually, we should be calling it an exposure because the data has been collected by a company who insist on it being called an exposure, not a data breach. But anyway, this exposure...
we're going to start to play euphemisms now.
Yeah, we are. Some security researchers back in October 29 discovered that this exposure had happened. So it's 1.2 billion records of personal data, which includes, email addresses, phone numbers, social media profiles, and job history data. And it equated to around about 622 million unique email addresses, otherwise known as people. And it was found
622 million people.
622 million people.
And what do they call it? A data exposure.
A data exposure. It was actually left in an unprotected Elasticsearch server. So this is a misconfigured server.
In other words, somebody could just
Amazon.
jump on board and go, "Thank you, I'll have all that."
Absolutely. So what we're going to take away from this is that we can expect to see some pretty high-quality spam and malicious email campaigns coming out very soon, leveraging this data and data from other breaches as well. So just a word of caution out there to everyone who uses email to expect some pretty impressive fraud emails directly targeted at you and claiming to come from somebody you might know. So eyes open. And
in other words, it's going to become harder and harder for the average person to spot that it's not genuine.
Well, and that's the way it's going.
The reason being is because some numpty didn't have the security they should have had.
Yep. Now, if anyone is interested, they want to check their email address to see if it's been caught up in this breach or others, they can go to an awesome website called haveibeenpwned.com. Now, I'll spell that out. That is HAVE, so have, letter I, been, B-E-E-N, pwned, which is spelt P-W-N-E-D.
P-W-N-E-D.
.com.
So haveibeenpwned.com.
Mm-hmm. Now, you'll be presented with a website. It'll say, pop your email address in here. You pop it in. This can actually is a trustworthy site. It's been put together by an Australian security researcher called Troy Hunt. He's very public and very out there when it comes to talking about cybersecurity and data breaches and things. And I trust him. And you pop the email address in, you press search, and it'll tell you how many breaches your email address has been found in and which breaches in particular. And it also gives a bit of a backstory as well on each breach. So you can read up on how it all happened and you can see the ramifications as well. So at least you'll know that those services are breached. And if you're sharing a password between those services, there's a good chance there are people trying those passwords against other services like your email address.
Well, I'll put my email address in.
Yep.
chrisi@6pr.com.au. Mm-hmm. It's in the public domain, so you won't be surprised. How many times do you reckon I've been pwned? Give me a ballpark figure, Ben.
Let's say around about 10, 15?
8.
8, not bad. Not bad at all.
Fortunate thing is we've changed the, and we're forced to here, by the system, we regularly change the passwords.
Yes.
So the fact that I might have been pwned is offset by the fact that the system makes me change the password regularly anyway.
Exactly. Now, if you find that your email address has been listed in these breaches or exposures or databases, absolutely go ahead, and the first password you should be changing is the one for your email account. Because when people get into your email account, that's when they've got the keys to the kingdom. They can then start requesting password reset emails from various service providers, and hey presto, you've lost control of your identity.
Hi, Brett.
G'day, mate. How you going? G'day, Ben.
G'day, Brett.
All right. About 2 weeks ago, got up, do my daily thing, crank up the computer, clicked on Outlook, and it flashed for 5 seconds, the Outlook screen, and then it disappeared, and I get this screen that pops up every day. It's called scanpst.exe, blah, blah, blah. Go to inbox repair tool, which I can't get off Outlook because it disappears. I thought, okay, I'll reload Outlook just to repair it. Ran the repair. Doesn't do any difference. I thought, oh, maybe because that's 2007, so I bought up latest model.
Yep.
Bought a new Outlook. Loaded that. Doesn't budge.
Right. This actually does happen a fair bit. The first thing I'd recommend you do is create a new profile. So this is done by going to the control panel for your computer, and under that control panel, you should be able to search for Mail, and that will then bring up the control panel for Mail. You can then create a new profile, and under that you create new accounts, and you can start up with this profile, and then you should be able to import the old PST file from the supposedly corrupted PST file, so the old profile. So there are ways we can work around it. It's just a little bit of shuffling. Outlook is great as long as it's working, but it can become a bit of a mess when it doesn't behave as well as it should. Scan PST, that is actually a very useful tool. I do recommend making a backup of your PST file before you do that, but otherwise, keep giving it a go.
Mate, I've been banging my head for 2 weeks.
All right.
I've Googled scan PST, and it comes up with this gobbledygook, and as a layperson,
well, if a layperson needs help, what they should be doing is calling a professional.
Yep, might get to that point, Brett. I know what you mean, though. It drives you insane.
Yes.
Some of this stuff. Ben, as always, been a pleasure working with you this year. Looking forward to working with you next year. Do not, under any circumstances, lose the Hawaiian shirts.
Oh, absolutely not.
And have yourself a great Christmas.
I'll see you on the other side.
By the way, it's Ben Aylett, 1L, 2 T's in aylett.com, and that's where you'll find all the contact info.
You are our eyes.
You are our ear.